Sean Meyers here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, joined by the new head coach of Derry girls basketball, Gene Brisbane, a good friend of the Westmoreland Sports Network. First off, congratulations, Gene. What appealed about this particular position with Derry Area girls basketball to you?
Just another chance for me to get back into the coaching, just the challenge of developing a program and just the competitiveness of all of it. I'm a competitive person, and I like the competition. Whenever I talked with them, I felt very comfortable with the administration and the athletic director, Brett Miller, who they were very accommodating to me. I really appreciated how professional everyone was. The other coaches that are at Derry, I've been able to talk to some of those, and I feel real comfortable with them as well. So it seems like a pretty close-knit group of people, and I like that.
I know you have a great background coaching both boys and girls basketball in Westmoreland County over the past handful of decades, but have you had an opportunity to see much of this Derry team in recent years?
I really have not. Whenever I was at the community college, I had two players from Derry that played for me, Rachel Garris and Lauren Felix, and both of them were outstanding student athletes. I appreciated their efforts. They were just a joy to coach. You know, that's my only real contact with the Derry program.
Certainly it seems like a program that needs some stability in terms of coaching. I know that there's been some changes there in recent years. What do you think you bring in particular to this program?
First and foremost, I do have the necessary experience. I have experienced a lot of different scenarios. Really good teams, winning and losing wise, and I've had some teams that were mediocre, and I've had some teams that were less than mediocre. But I just think that I have a good perspective on all of it. You know, it's not a life or death situation. It's a situation where you're trying to have a really good rapport with your players and coaches. Also, to create an environment where everyone understands that it's a team sport, and that our success will really be determined by how well we can play together at both ends of the court, and how well that we can support each other on and off the court.
You alluded to your experience at Westmoreland County Community College. That was a pretty recent coaching gig for you. How much of a difference have you noticed between coaching collegiate players versus coaching high school players, because you have a lot of experience and a background in both?
The college situation is different in many ways. One special way is in the off season, you really aren't permitted to do much with your players. It's just a violation to do. So, your players are kind of on their own to do whatever they can. But in high school, you really do need to have off-season programs and things to keep your players sharp and competitive. So the time factor is a big difference. Then the actual game itself, the college game's faster. One of the big differences which I really liked, was the fact that the college game, we had a shot clock, and I really liked the shot clock because it rewarded the defense. And when there is no shot clock, the defense, you're trying to play really good defense, but there's no actual visible reward or immediate reward for the defense like a shot clock. Whenever we had a goal that we wanted to get so many shot clock violations every game. That'll be something I will miss.
A year ago, you did not coach high school or college basketball for the first time in a long time. What was that year away from the game in terms of coaching like for you? I know you certainly were still involved working with Seton Hill as the PA announcer, however.
It was definitely different. I mean, again, it was the first year that I had not coached anything for 43 years. I coached straight through 43 years in some capacity, and not being able to coach or not coaching was definitely an adjustment. Being a public address announcer at Seton Hill football and basketball, men's and women's, helped out with that, and also I got a chance to broadcast high school games with you and Dan, which also kept me involved, which I really enjoyed doing that too. So that helped fill the void for sure.
Talking to Gene Brisbane, the new head coach of Derry Area girls basketball. Delving a little deeper into this Derry Area team, a year ago, 7-7 in the conference, but 5th place, a game out of the final playoff spot. as East Allegheny was the fourth and final representative out of the section. What do you see in terms of what you have coming back and the expectations going forward?
Yeah, I'm not really familiar too much with the players and their abilities and skills, but we will definitely take care of that in short order. But I really need to assess what our strengths are going to be and what kind of a style of play would be conducive to the people that I have. I know that they had 7 juniors last year that saw considerable playing time. I think that will be a big help. I think there's definitely a nucleus there to build around, and that's really important. But again, it all comes down to effort. No matter whether I've coached boys, girls, high school or college, I've always tried to emphasize to my athletes that the one thing I will not coach is effort. That is their responsibility. And, the more effort they give and the right amount of effort that they give will definitely result in improving their performance, which improves the overall team performance. So, we're going to be looking at it from that standpoint.
Certainly you're stressing effort, but I noticed you also said that you want to determine your personnel before deciding the style of play. That being said, every coach has their own traits that they like to instill in their team. What really stands out about what you want your team to look like?
I really enjoy, and I think the players enjoy, an up-tempo type of game where you're looking to get the ball down the court and do some fast break. It's exciting to watch. Some pressing also, trying to force turnovers and have those turnovers equate into points. I like the high pressure situation, and I like the running game. But your teams aren't always suited to do that. So again, that's what we have to take a look at.
What still motivates you after all these years to continue coaching and working with so many youngsters in the area?
I think the biggest thing would be the relationships that I've had with my athletes over the years. I've been fortunate enough to coach some outstanding men and women, boys and girls that have gone on to do great things in their life. And it's funny because a lot of times people will ask you at the end of a season, how did you do this season? And most people equate that with wins and losses. And I learned a long time ago that that's a part of it, but the biggest part of it, and the way I usually answer it is, ask me that about this team 5 years from now, and we'll see how everybody turned out. And because I think, as a high school coach, you have more of a responsibility to help young people and guide them and get them going in the right direction for the rest of their life. And really one of the things that I've most been proud of over my 20 years as the head basketball coach at Hempfield girls was that we had 26 girls in those 20 years that went on to play college basketball at some level.
Coach, final question for you. What's the message that you have for the Derry community? Obviously, with a great football program in recent years and the boys volleyball program getting to the playoffs, they want to see all the sports succeed. So what is the message for what you're going to bring to the community in terms of the girls basketball?
Yeah, well, the message would be that we're going to try to put the best and most highly competitive product out on the court that we can, and we definitely we welcome the support of the community. That's very important to the girls, and we're just going to do our best to give them the type of product that they want to see, and they want to see a winning program. So that's definitely what we're going to try to do.
Gene, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations once again on being named the new head basketball coach for the Derry Area girls, and good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you very much.
All right, Gene Brisbane here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.